Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to SoulSpace podcast number 75.
Welcome.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
It's going to be a good one too.
Yeah, yeah, we're going to talk about abundance today. Our title is Your Abundance is Ever Expanding. And it's so fun to talk about this, and it's a good time of year to talk about it.
Yes.
You know, people's finances are at the top of their list right now, most people. Um, and everything always works out. So we need to remember to be okay.
Right.
And that and it's our choice to be okay. And
Right.
we know that no matter what happens, we're always good. We'll get through everything.
Right. Everything works itself out.
Right.
Everything is working out for you, especially if you allow it to do
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah. When we fight against everything, that's when things go downhill.
Especially when you perpetuate the story of I don't have enough.
Right.
That continues the story of I don't have enough
Yeah.
to continue the story that you don't have enough. And then you
Right.
have less because you continue the story
Yeah.
of not having enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I've been in situations where I couldn't buy food because I had to pay rent.
Right.
So I've been there.
Yeah.
We know what it's like
Yeah.
to
I've
have to
been there too.
choose
Yeah.
between, am I going to feed myself today or am I going to, pay rent so I don't get taken to court?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we've been to that place, but the thing is we went from there to where we are now.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And
it's always you know, it's our lives are never just even keel. And that's life. It's up and down and it's roller coaster and it's a road trip, and enjoy it while we can because it can be cut short at any time.
Right. And so the thing is, if you're stressing yourself out about this, that, or the other thing, and I don't have enough, you're not really enjoying that ride. You don't know how
Right.
long that ride's going to be.
That's right.
And you want to be enjoying the ride while
Yeah.
you're here.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like you said, everything is always working out for you.
Yeah.
It always is working out for you.
Yeah.
But in what way it works out for you is determined by what you're choosing to do.
And what you're choosing to think and to speak.
And to feel.
Right. Yeah.
And
Feel is a big one.
believe.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
of those things are factors.
Right.
We know that.
Right. And that's what we love to teach about and what we love to live in our own lives. And, everyone's a work in progress. Nobody's perfect. We don't all have life in a little beautiful bow tied up,
Yeah.
And if you think someone is perfect and lives a perfect life, you're wrong.
Yeah, nobody has a perfect life.
No.
You think like somebody's got everything figured out. Well, they might have one portion of their life really figured out.
Right.
But I can guarantee you there's other portions that they're still working on.
Yeah. We're always a work in progress. And that's something that Abraham says all the time. We're always a work in progress. And, we like to study Abraham and Esther Hicks teachings. So, and really all of personal development we're always a work in progress. We're never done. If we were done, we wouldn't be here anymore.
Right.
Right.
And wouldn't it be really boring if we had it all figured out?
Yeah. 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 If there were no ups and downs, you really would get bored with life. So, enjoy it. And we're going to do a little piece out of, another one of our favorite books, Getting into the Vortex. And this book is mostly about meditations that are really good. This is an old one, so there is actually a CD in this one.
Yes.
But there are meditations that go along with the book that are really good, and we studied them for a long time. We went through these and used them over and over.
I still use the meditations.
Yeah. I love to go back to them once in a while and and redo them. And then I think, wow, why am I still not doing this every day?
You know, that meditation thing that you talk about, that you think would be useful to have every day.
Right. Another work in progress there. But so we're gonna read this little, it's just a couple pages and discuss it, and I think you'll like it.
Yes, and this is kind of almost like a follow-up from a topic that we discussed, like I don't remember, it was last week or the week before or something like that.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be really fun.
Yeah. Right. You want to start?
I can start. Yeah. Okay. So for those of you that have the book, we are in page 48. You are never deprived when someone else gains, because abundance expands proportionately to match desires. When the success of another makes your heart sing, your resistance is gone and your own success soars.
I love that.
That's one of my favorite things. And that was something that we really kind of dove into a little bit a couple weeks ago. And I kind of talked about for myself, was a big epiphany for myself, is when I started to see the abundance of others and enjoy it with them. And how, you know, when what you're putting out there is what reflects back to you. Right. And so as you see others around you getting the abundance or things that you're wanting in your life, that's a sign for you that your own success is soaring in those areas and to keep going. Not a sign for you to bring forward the lack, but for you to recognize that you're seeing that out in your experience. And so it's on its way to you if you allow it. Yeah. It's kind of like when you're wanting a new car and you know, you pick out kind of one that you would really love to have. Pretty soon you see that car everywhere. Right. Everybody else has that car. Right. Yeah. So it's kind of like that, you know, when you think good thoughts are coming back to you. When you think about having abundance, that is coming back to you. And if you can feel the joy with other people, right, as they're succeeding, like your family members and friends, like I'm so excited and happy for you to see where you're going and what you're doing. This is amazing. And you don't feel any lack within yourself. Right. That's a huge sign for you that your resistance to abundance is gone. Yeah. And that's a really big deal, because resistance is really kind of what holds you back. Yeah. And that resistance comes in the form of lackful thoughts, right, and feelings. Yeah. So when family members or friends or whatever come to you and say, oh, I just got a raise or something like that, enjoy that with them. Get happy about that. You know, don't be jealous or what's the other word I'm thinking of? I don't know, whatever it is, but don't poo-poo it away, or, you know, really enjoy that feeling with them. And sometimes you do anyway, but sometimes you have a back thought of, oh, I wish I could get a raise, or, you know. Right, and there's that lackful thought coming through to ruin the fun. Yeah. So you want to stay in that feeling good mode, that grateful appreciation mode. And you'll notice that if you do that, you are becoming what you want to be. You are becoming that open-minded person that is always wanting to do better for themselves, and you're manifesting that vibration to be around you. You're going to become that abundance yourself, just by being around that and being in that and appreciating it. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So good. And I mean, part of the joy of life is sharing in other people's joys. Right. And so if you can do that and just enjoy, there's no resistance there. Yeah. And I think on the podcast that we talked about before, we were talking about observing that in others. And when you observe that, it exponentially builds up your joy and the person that it's happening to, and anyone else that's observing that. Yeah, I'm not even sure we talked about that on the podcast. I think we talked about that ourselves. Did we? Because you told me about how there was the study that was done on that. Yeah. How amazing that was. Right.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That what you observe expands.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's at the very base level, but you were talking about how they notice that when you observe joy in others, it expanded their joy much further than if they actually were experiencing that experience themselves.
Yeah. Yeah. So good. I think it's called The Happiness Project, a book. Someday
well, you have to bring that because I don't have that one.
Yeah. We'll explore that one.
I would like to read it.
Yeah.
So I'll continue just a little bit. Many people believe that there is not enough to go around because they are experiencing the lack of something wanted in their own experience. But the shortage that they are experiencing is not because there is not enough to go around. It is only because they have vibrationally cut themselves off from the abundant supply. That's one of my favorite things that Abraham talks about is how abundance is always expanding. There's always more and there's always more and there's always enough. And when you put out vibrationally that there's always enough and there's more than enough, that's what starts to reflect back to you. When you're putting out, I don't ever have enough, it's never coming to me, I never get that raise or whatever, that's what's coming to you.
Yeah.
And so it works just for you the same as it works for everyone else. And there's always enough. There's always more than enough.
Yeah, exactly. And whatever enough is to you is okay.
Right.
You know, some people don't want to be a billionaire or even a millionaire. Some people just want a good, happy life with enough to pay their bills, and that's fine. So don't think, oh, I'm not thinking big enough. And maybe you're not sometimes, but if you're comfortable with what you're thinking you want, then go for it. You know, we don't have to be all billionaires, whatever, you know. So just feel good about what you really want and figure that out. We don't a lot of times spend enough time doing that. Do you think?
A lot of people don't think about what they actually want.
Yeah.
When I ask somebody, what do you want?
Yeah.
They have to think about it because they haven't really been thinking about it.
Yeah.
They haven't gotten clear on what it is they really want for their lives. And that's one thing that we are really good at helping people do, because getting that clarity helps you move forward exponentially as well. Because once you're clear about what you want, you're vibrationally clear about what you want, so things can start coming to you. You know what your next steps are, so you can start moving towards that as well and take inspired action. And it's beautiful because as soon as you're clear, things really start popping. And that, oh, hey, I snapped once.
You did.
How I struggle with snapping. Hey, see, I put it out there that I wanted to learn how to snap, and I can do it a little bit.
Did it.
Hey, look at that, you guys.
That's so good.
You saw it here first. 1 week in between.
Right.
But there's always enough, and you know, abundance is about not just abundance of money, but abundance of resources and things that you want, and relationships and fun and excitement and adventures. And everybody wants something different for their lives. And so just getting clear on what you want. What do you want to see for your life? How much do you need to live that life? You know, and all of those different things. And so because it is available to you. And that's something that people have a struggle with belief, because they've been told all their lives that abundance in all these areas is finite. And it's not. And so to get rid of that belief structure and start to really understand that our universe is abundant and our planet is abundant, and there's always more than enough for everyone, that whatever you want. Right.
And we need to believe that and think about that. You know, to think about the things that you want. I remember when I first started doing personal development and learning about it, I had forgotten to dream. I forgot how to dream, because I was so used to, oh, I can't have that, you know, no matter how many times I asked my parents, I can't have that growing up, you know. And once I started to dream again, it was like, wow, I forgot how fun it was, you know. And I had some things that I had manifested, as a kid, I really wanted a 10-speed bike or whatever, and I got it, and I would go to bed praying, oh, please God, help, make Santa bring me this saddle or whatever it was, and every kid does that. And sometimes you got it, sometimes you didn't, but it really is, when you think back about it, it really is in the belief of if you can really have it or not, if you can. And sometimes that belief level is so high, you manifest it. And it is so cool when that happens.
Right. What's interesting. So I'll talk a little bit about how this just recently happened in my life.
Yeah.
How, I was wanting a platform for my business.
Yeah.
And there were specific things that I wanted. And I was like, I don't know where to get that though. I don't know where it has an all-in-one, encompassing all the things that I want.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know where to get that, And throughout this year, I've done a ton of personal development, ton of business classes and master classes, and worked with different people in like the coaching industry and information industry and all the things that I'm really wanting to do.
Yeah.
And it was really interesting because, each one has like their different paid programs and different things that they do.
Right.
And, some I bought and some I didn't. But there was this one that you and I actually signed up for together. I actually told you about it. I said, hey, you should go do this.
Yeah.
And so we both signed up. I did the class and I was like, you know what? I really like what they're doing. I want to check out their program. So I got a free 1-month trial to their program. And I was like, hey, I really like this. Well, at the end of that free trial, they said, hey, we'll give you this upgrade for the regular price for you to try it for a couple of months for like their business program or whatever. I said, okay, well, I can do that. I can swing that. And I've been working with that this month. And it's literally everything I wanted and more.
Yeah.
And as I'm going through it, it's unbelievable. And so I put it out there. This is what I wanted. I didn't know where it was going to come from. I wasn't really like actively searching these different things. It was kind of like, seeing what was out there.
Yeah.
And this almost like landed in my lap.
It's awesome.
And it's amazing. So you
gotta,
and the thing is like, I can afford it.
Right.
That was something that was difficult for me.
Yeah.
It's like getting over the I can't afford it part of myself.
Right.
Because I can. I was like, I can afford it. I can afford anything that I want. And guess what? I can.
Yeah. And you're going to be able to exponentially move your business forward by doing that.
And that's what I wanted, is a platform to help me to do that.
Yeah.
And here you go. The universe is like, here you go.
Ask and you shall receive, right?
And it's amazing. And I love it. Because, some of the things I saw before, it was like, that's a little bit more than I want to pay right now. Maybe in the future.
Right.
Was kind of what I said.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Future is now.
I love it.
And so that's something that's kind of happened to me, the last couple of months. It's been really exciting. So the thing is like, you think maybe in that belief system of yours that what you want is not out there. Well, I can guarantee you it is, or somebody's creating it right now, or you're in the midst of creating it right now.
Right.
And to allow yourself to just kind of flow forward with it.
So good.
And allow the universe to kind of take you there.
Yeah.
Follow your guidance. That's what I did. I said, you know what? I've kind of watched this guy, but I never really followed any of his programs. And I was like, I feel like I need to be on this one. I did need to be on this one, and she needed to be on that one, and she's gonna probably get this program too. But down the road.
Yeah.
So we'll continue, but I just kind of wanted to share that little thing with you guys, is like, what you want is possible.
It is.
And allow yourself to know that.
Yeah, and allow yourself to be in that energy of it. And it's not like fake it till you make it.
No.
It's actually becoming that person that you want to be, or that business that you want to be in the future. Start being it now, and it's all going to fall into place and become what you dreamed about.
Right.
Yeah.
Allow yourself to see it, be it, experience it, feel it now.
Right.
That's really a thing. It's like, it's happening right now. Well, it is happening right now.
Yeah. And some people will do it and then forget about it. And if you don't actually take the time to figure out what it is that you want, then it's gonna fall away, you know? But if you figure that out and keep asking yourself, spend a week doing that every day, writing about, you know, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Keep asking yourself, and it will magically, really, it'll pinpoint into what exactly it is.
You start to really clarify for yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
You get that clear vision. You get that clear vision that you're wanting for your life. You know, you're right. That's one of the big things is, what do you want?
Yeah.
That question is a big question for people, and they think they need to have it all figured out. No. What do you want tomorrow? What do you want to feel every day? That's one of the big pieces that a lot of people don't think about. Well, you don't know exactly what you want. You don't know, like, maybe the job that you want next, or whatever it is that you're wanting.
Right.
But if you start really broad, you just start, how do I want to feel every day?
Yeah.
And then you start clarifying from there. You'll notice how your picture gets clearer and clearer and clearer, so that you can finally know which way you're moving.
Yeah.
See how to move forward.
Yeah.
That's the big thing. How do I move forward? Well, you need to start with step one.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so good.
I love this book so much. Okay, so I'll finish this paragraph and then you can go.
Okay.
Because I can't seem to stop. Like,
I
just can't.
That's all right.
Forward.
That's all right.
Okay. Many believe there is a quantifiable financial limit that is spread thin as more people strive to partake of it. And they often feel jealousy or blame as they condemn others for taking more than their fair share. They also feel guilty when they believe that they are taking more than their fair share.
Yeah, that's when you read that out loud, it's like, why would anyone think that there's a lack? You know, there's so much in this world that there can never be a lack of things to go around. You know, we're always creating, people are always creating new things, creating new avenues to make money, new, you know, technology, all of it. So how can we possibly think that there is a limit to that, right?
Right, absolutely. I mean, think about this. You know, when we were hunter-gatherers, we didn't know how to grow our own food. Right. Now I can grow food in my house year-round. Yeah. With a lamp. Yeah. Yeah. And I can always have what I need. Yeah. Isn't that amazing? Yeah. You know, technology moves forward. We move forward. There's always more. There's always enough. But it's our feelings and thoughts and beliefs that there isn't that creates that not enoughness in our lives. Because you look at people who don't have that belief, and you see how abundant they are. Yeah. There's a lot of people. You can be one of those people. They're the same as you. They started where you're at, most of them. Yeah. You know, some people started from living in the projects and now they're billionaires. Yeah. Yeah. And there's lots of them. Yeah, there's lots of them. There's people that start from literally nothing and build up a business for themselves, or they invest and create that money, or they come up with a brilliant idea and someone buys it. Yeah. Or. Right. And you have your way that you want to live your life, and you have the abundance that you want for your life, and you can have it the same as they can. Yeah. You know, and you don't need to know the how. No. Because that's not where you start. You don't start with the how. No. You start with what do you want? Yeah. And, you know, learning from people that have done this and done, you know, made amazing businesses and created a really cool businesses and stuff like that. They always say it's way better than I imagined. It's not even close to what I imagined, you know, and that's how it works. We can't even fathom what we could have, what we can be, because we're so much greater than what we think we are a lot of times, right? We limit ourselves. Yeah. And what's available to us is amazing. Yeah. Yeah, it really is. It's exciting. It's almost comical how we hold ourselves back so much.
when if you get a thought or an idea, it wouldn't come to you if it wasn't possible to do.
Right.
I mean, think about the men that wanted to be on the moon. And before that technology was available, you would think, oh my God, you're crazy. How could you ever think that you could be on
the greatest technology they had was like a toaster oven.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they went to the moon with that.
Yeah. So don't ever think that your idea or your, invention that you have in your head or whatever, that it's dumb or that it can't be done, because it wouldn't have came to you if it was impossible.
Right.
And there's no such thing as impossible.
Yeah, the word itself says I'm possible.
Yeah.
I love Audrey Hepburn for that quote.
Yeah, I love that too. Yeah.
I have a shirt that says that, by the way.
Awesome.
Yeah, I made it because I was like, yes, that's like one of my favorite quotes.
That is a good one. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay.
Do you want to do the next part?
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. We want you to understand that abundance expands proportionately to match desire, and that there is great untapped abundance not yet allowed by the very humans who have created it. When your life experience causes a focused desire within you, the means to fulfill that desire is created at the same time. But you have to be on the vibrational wave with your desire in order to see the path to the fulfillment of it. So, like when you're thinking of something at the beginning, it might be a lot smaller, but as you start creating, it will probably expand and expand and expand. We might start out thinking small, but then we realize, well, if this is possible, then what's next? And what's next? So yeah, we keep going. A belief in shortage or lack will prevent your discovery of the path to your own creation. And any feeling of resistance indicates that you are on the wrong vibrational path. However, in your understanding of the never-ending abundance of this universe, you will feel personal delight whenever you observe anyone's alignment with it, for their achievement can in no way diminish yours, but can only enhance it. And that's like what we were talking about before. Seeing someone else's wins and creations come to fruition, it's helping you get a higher vibration and helping you move forward more.
And showing you that you're on that path too.
Yeah.
Because you wouldn't be seeing it in your experience in others.
Yeah.
If you weren't already on your way there. So
Right.
let yourself go there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let yourself go there with them and let them lift you up.
Yeah.
So that you can start to meet them at that vibration too. Where you start having your successes.
Yeah.
Because that's really what that's for, is to help lift you up so you can get there too.
That's right. Yeah. Exciting. Mm-hmm. As you focus upon your breathing and the music and the words of the recording in this meditation, you will deactivate your usual resistance to abundance, and you will discover the satisfying feeling of positive expectation and success. And then the manifestation of that success must come to you. It is the law. I love that.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, when we're in that vibration, when we keep going and stay in that good vibration, the things have to manifest. They have to come. And they might not look exactly like you thought they were gonna at the beginning, but they might be even better.
Right. And that's the amazing thing is when it comes through and you're like, that's not really what I was looking for, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Those little things, those little synchronicities, those little things that like, oh, that's not really exactly what I wanted. That's kind of cool. That's better. I like that. Right. And then it leads you to something better. And then it leads you to something better. Yeah. It's like little breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
That they're leaving you to get you on that path to really get your momentum going.
Yeah. So
that it can meet you at that vibration. That's the thing. We've talked about this, and it is the law of attraction at work, but it's also the law of resonance at work.
Yeah.
if you are resonating at that level of vibration, that everything that you want is at, there's nothing but for it to meet you there.
Yeah.
And Einstein talked about this, and that was one thing that one of my favorite quotes of his was about that specifically.
Be that vibration.
Yeah, it had, put out the frequency that you want, and there's nothing but for you to have that experience be reality.
Right.
Basically, is kind of what he said with it.
And it's proven in science.
It's proven in science.
Yeah.
Hashtag quantum physics, y'all.
We're not going down the wormhole today.
I kind of want to, but I'm not.
I know.
I always want to go down that wormhole.
Yeah, yeah.
It's my favorite.
Good. Yeah. So ask the questions, do some writing about it, do some thinking about it. What do you really want? And we're going to start, working on 2025. What are your hopes and dreams for that?
Mm-hmm.
So start now and start thinking about it. What do you really want to create? Do you want to create something new for the year, next year? Do you want to explore something new?
Do you want to expand upon something that you're already doing?
Yeah.
And create more or make it better? Or is there a new project you want to take on?
Yeah.
Where do you want to go with it? Do you want to just find more joy? Do you want to go on more little mini adventures?
Mm-hmm. What
is it that you want? What do you want?
Yeah.
That's the thing. What do you want?
Right.
If you could, which you can, but give yourself that out of if I could,
yeah.
What would I do?
Yeah.
What would it look like?
Yeah.
What would I enjoy the most?
Mm-hmm.
What would be fun?
Yeah. Yeah. So good. I just love it. So Carissa, where can we find you?
You can find me at Light of Hope Healing on Facebook. You can find me on my Square site at light-of-hope-healing.square.site.
Soon to be.
Good luck typing that in. Soon to be lightofhopehealing.com. That'll be wonderful. Maybe I'll even have some other stuff going on. We'll find out in a little bit.
Yeah.
Hopefully sooner rather than later. And then we are collectively at our SoulSpace on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we're also on YouTube, SoulSpace Podcast.
Yeah.
Tracy, where can people find you if they would like so much?
You can find me at inspiredsignals.com. And that's it. All my other links are on there. So look there. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. A little bit on TikTok.
Yeah.
A little bit on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's always Inspired Signals, I think. So,
yeah. That's nice and simple.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll get there too.
Yeah.
I'll make it easy for you guys really soon. I'm working on it. I promise.
Yeah, it's nice to have one place to go first and then expand.
Right, my Facebook page is that, so
yeah,
it makes it easy.
Is. Yeah,
I have links on that as well.
Yeah.
But we really enjoyed having this conversation with you today.
Yes.
If you like this conversation, make sure that you click the subscribe button so you can get us every week. We post every week with very, very few exceptions. So far, we are on a streak of unbroken 75 weeks.
I think one time we did it on a different day, but we still did.
Yeah, we did it on a different day. And one time we like doubled up.
Yeah.
But we have one every week for you.
Been every week. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're keeping the roll going through 2025.
Right. We're giving you tools. We're giving you what we got. We really want you to make this next year the best year ever. So join us for that. Join us for the things that are coming up soon. We'll keep you posted on our projects.
Yeah.
We know that you're going to want to join us for some of those because it's going to be
fun.
So fun.
Yeah.
And amazing.
Yeah. So we'll see you next week. Have an awesome rest of your week.
Bye, guys.